turn to page 7. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha. May all sentient beings have happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings never be parted from sorrowless bliss. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from bias, attachment, and hatred. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide in human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. When, O supreme among humans, you were born on this earth, you paced out 7 strides, then said, I am supreme in this world. To you who were wise, then I prostrate. With pure bodies, form supremely pure, wisdom ocean like a golden mountain, fame that blazes in the 3 worlds, winner of the best, Lord, to you I prostrate. With the supreme signs, face like spotless moon, color like gold, to you I prostrate. Dust free like you, the 3 worlds are not, incomparably wise one, to you I prostrate. The Savior having great compassion, the founder having all understanding, the field of merit with qualities like a vast ocean, to you, the one gone to thusness, I prostrate. The purity that frees one from attachment, the virtue that frees one from the lower realms, the one path to sublime pure reality, to the Dharma that pacifies, I prostrate. Those who are liberated and who also show the path to liberation, the holy field qualified with realizations, who are devoted to the moral precepts, to you, the sublime community intending virtue, I prostrate. Homage to the Supreme Buddha, homage to the Dharma refuge, homage to the great Sangha, to all 3 ever devout homage. To all worthy of respect, bowing with bodies as many as all realms, atoms, in all aspects, with supreme faith I pay homage. Do not commit any non-virtuous actions. Perform only perfect virtuous actions. Subdue your mind thoroughly. This is the teaching of the Buddha. A star, a mirage, the flame of a lamp. An illusion, a drop of dew or a bubble. A dream, a flash of lightning, a cloud. See conditioned things as such. Through these merits may sentient beings attain the rank of all-seeing, subdue the foe of faults, and be delivered from samsara's ocean, perturbed by the waves of aging, sickness, and death. From Tuchita's hundreds of God's protectors' heart, to tip of this fresh, pure white heap, curved like cloud. O lo Tsongkhapa, Dharma's omniscient King, pray come to this place with your disciples. In space ahead, on lion throne, lotus and moon, venerable Guru, smile brightly with delight. Pray stay hundreds of eons to spread doctrine as supreme merit, field for my mind of faith. Your wisdom mind sees full range of knowables. Your eloquent speech adorns fortunate ears. Your beauteous body, famed glory outstanding. Homage to you, worthwhile to think of, hear and see. Pleasant offerings of water, various flowers, fragrant incense, light perfume, and so on. Oceans of offerings set out and envisioned, offered up to you, supreme field of merit, non-virtue committed with body, speech, and mind, which I have heaped up since beginningless time, especially what has contradicted 3 vows. Each I confess from my heart with strong regret. In time of strife you strove to learn and practice, shunned 8 mundane concerns, made life lessons full. O protector from depths of our hearts, we rejoice in your powerful great deeds. Venerable Gurus from love and wisdom, clouds densely massed in your Dharmakaya sky, pray loose a rain of vast profound Dharma on fields of disciples just as needed. May whatever virtue that I've here gathered bring benefit to all beings and doctrine, and may it make Venerable Tsongkhpa's essential teaching specially shine forever. Mig mate say wei ter chen rezi, dri me kien te wang po jam pel yang, du pung na lu jong ze sam wei dai, gan chen ke pe tsu yen Tsongkhapa, lo san drak pe jab la so wa dep. O glorious and precious root Guru, pray take seat of lotus on my crown, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments of body, speech, and mind. O glorious and precious root Guru, pray take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments common and supreme. O glorious and precious root Guru, pray take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness, until supreme awakening remains steadfast. Homage to the exalted 3 jewels. Thus have I heard it one time. The Blessed One was dwelling in Rajagriha on Vulture Mountain, together with a great assembly of monks and a great assembly of bodhisattvas. At that time, the Blessed One was absorbed in the concentration of the countless aspects of phenomena called profound illumination. At that very time, the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the Great Being, was looking perfectly at the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom, perfectly looking at the emptiness of inherent existence of the five aggregates also. Then, through the power of the Buddha, the Venerable Shariputra said to the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the Great Being, how should a child of the lineage train who wishes to engage in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom? Thus he spoke, and the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the Great Being, replied to the Venerable Shariputra as follows. Shariputra, whichever son or daughter of the lineage wishes to engage in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom should look perfectly like this, subsequently looking perfectly and correctly at the emptiness of inherent existence of the five aggregates also. Form is empty, emptiness is form. Emptiness is not other than form, form is not other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, compositional factors in consciousness are empty. Shariputra, like this, all phenomena are empty without characteristics. That is, they are not produced and do not cease. They have no defilement and no separation from defilement. They have no decrease and no increase. Therefore, Shariputra, in emptiness there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no compositional factors, no consciousness. There is no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no visible form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no object of touch, no mental phenomenon. There is no I element and so forth up to no mind element, up to no element of mental consciousness. There is no ignorance and no cessation of ignorance and so forth, up to no aging and death and no cessation of aging and death. Likewise, there is no suffering, no origin, no cessation, and no path, no exalted wisdom, no attainment, and also no non-attainment. Therefore, Shariputra, because there is no attainment, bodhisattvas rely on and abide in the perfection of wisdom, and because their minds have no obstructions, they have no fear. Passing utterly beyond error, they attain the final state beyond sorrow. All the Buddhas who reside in the three times by relying upon the perfection of wisdom become manifest and complete Buddhas in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, and complete enlightenment. Therefore, the mantra of the perfection of wisdom, the mantra of great knowledge, the unsurpassed mantra, the equal to the unequaled mantra, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all suffering, since it is not false, should be known as the truth. The mantra of the perfection of wisdom is proclaimed. Tayata, gate, gate, paragate, parasamgate, bodhisoha. Shariputra, this is how a bodhisattva, a great being, should train in the profound perfection of wisdom. Then the Blessed One arose from that concentration and said to the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the Great Being, well said, O child of the lineage, so it is. The profound perfection of wisdom shall be practiced exactly as you have taught, and the Tathagatas will rejoice. When the Blessed One had said this, the Venerable Shariputra, the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the Great Being, and the entire assembly, as well as worldly beings, gods, humans, demigods, Gandharvas, and others, were filled with admiration and highly praised what had been spoken by the Blessed One. In the holy supreme abode of the Dakinis, possessed of clairvoyance and miraculous power, unwaveringly caring for practitioners as your children, homage to the hosts of the three places Dakinis. Tayata, Om, Gate, Gate, Paragate, Parasamgate, Bodhisoha. Through the power of truth of the exalted three-jewel speech, may all on the side of negativity, such as the four Maras, be stopped. May they become non-existent. May they be pacified. All enemies, obstructors, and hindrances, Shanti Kuriye Soha. The 80,000 types of obstructors pacified, freed from adverse harmful conditions, may all be conducive and perfect auspiciousness, bring happiness and well-being here right now. Saji Perki Jukshing Meitog Tram Ripa Cherdang Soki Chok Nam La, Jang Cho Bardu Dagni Kyap Suchi, Dagi Chen Yengi Pe Sonam Ki, Rola Penchu Sangye Drupa Shu. Cherdang Soki Chok Nam La, Jang Cho Bardu Dagni Kyap Suchi, Dagi Chen Yengi Pe Sonam Ki, Rola Penchu Sangye Drupa Shu. Cherdang Soki Chok Nam La, Jangchu Bardu Dagni Kyap Suchi, Dagi Chen Yengi Pe Sonam Ki, Drola Penchu Sangye Drupa Sho.
Good morning, everyone. Good. How are you guys? Good. Good, so.
How are you?
I'm good. This is for our, it's how are you? I won't say, I'm good. It's a habit. Even you're not good, you say, I'm good. It's good. Even though very honest. Anyway, welcome back. Nice weather. Weather's changed to fall. Fall's changed to winter. It's New England, right? We enjoy summer, most people. But we couldn't stop fall coming, right? Can someone stop to fall? Don't come, we don't want to. Anyway, like that, it's the nature, the reality. Basically, what I'm going to say, maybe you guys in the last week, the election, some people were very upset, some people were very happy, right? Then happy or sad, it doesn't matter. It's just feeling, right? Anyway, therefore, it is in nature, the two kinds, good same direction, two different kinds, two different opposites, good together. One win, one loss, same. It's nature. Like we say, ignorant and the antecedent emptiness. We have more knowledge, or all our ignorance will just go down. Right? You have more ignorance, you have less wisdom. Like that, the main thing is, if now we don't want to sad, try to not two emotions. If you person to sad, okay, it's nothing to fix. Right? Like one is our own karma. The Tibetan Buddhism called collection karma for everyone's karma. Like Tibetan lost their country 1959. Then China come, they took over. We have nothing to do, just run away. This is some countries we already create the karma. We don't know when we create it, how we create it, why we create this karma. Who put together is very hard, but this is our karma. Therefore, best good things, like President also say, good, we are all go same direction, walk together, it's better. This nice message. Then elected person also say, we go walk together. That's very nice messages, they all. When they are running the election, they can say bad things to each other. This is nature. But you didn't say you know when. You have to try to how much can you put down. Then after they all change, like that anyway, if you force them to upset, not try to stop, don't think about that. It's already done, we have nothing to do. It's our karma. If Buddhism were, we can call karma. You know, the Shantideva master say, if it is fixable, then try to not to worry. The worry doesn't fix. If it is nothing fixed, also not to worry. Worry doesn't fix. Right? When we have some problems, when we worry, it doesn't fix, right? Also makes more worst. Because our mind's more very stable. Like that, anyway, my main point is, if you're upset, no, it's okay, it's over. Don't keep. Anytime, it's not just this time. When you get mad, when you upset, don't keep that in your mind all the time. Then you investigation, you can get more and more reasons. You can make more and more emotions. Okay? This I'm not just this time, you all the time. Any kind, when you get hurt, you're not very happy feeling. Don't think about that more and more. Okay? This is very important. This is like we do analytical measure. Okay, I'm upset because that. You think about more and more. Then you will really find some very enemy. They will always try to not keep any problems. Small problem, big problem, middle problem. Okay? That's very important. Now you're already doing that. Try to your own daily activities. Anyway, whoever rents, no one, okay, you don't need to go out tomorrow. Just stay home. We will pay for you. No one said that. Right? There were whoever, we have to go walk. We have to put our own daily activities. We have to do our hard walking. Like Buddha said, if you want to wish to freedom suffering, you have to walk. No one can, they can teach you how, but no one take out your problems. Like example, therefore, no one give free things. Just keep that their package, like that, do your own activity. Okay? Then you're a very happy person. I say, I'm geek. I say, I'm naked. So it's also just very temporary. It's nothing exciting, okay? It's also just exciting. Buddhism says, especially now, these times, we are the object, what's that? Subject. Subjects, very, they talk about nature of samsara. Sometimes you are up here, sometimes down here, sometimes you are very happy, sometimes very sad, sometimes you are very cold, that the cold not stay all the time, sometimes you are very hard, the heart's not all the stay there, right? They talk about that. Therefore, you are very, very happy person, also not just bomb, okay? Then maybe one day, oh, I didn't thought like that. Then you, okay? Like, the main things control our own mind is most important. The Shantideva master, India master, he said, if you're going to try to kill your enemies, you kill one enemy, another one come in. You kill another one, there comes another one. Never ever happen, the outside enemies. What you do, you just keep your own mind stable. You don't have enemy. That's good, right? Let's say you have to go walk like everywhere. Like road is not very good. Lot of thermos. lot of thrones. Maybe here we don't have thrones, right? In Tibetan, when we kids go to outside, lot of thrones go under our feet. The Shanti they will say, okay, I have to go to all the roads, but the road's no good, location no good. I'm going to cover all the world. He said, it's not enough whatever you cover, plastic, iron, or wood, plywood like this, you have not enough. How you do? You just cover your own feet, right? Say, put shoes. It's the same as you cover whole wall. You don't need to put whole wall cover. You just cover your feet and the shoes, then walk. Same is cover whole wall. It's true, right? Devil said, enemy, errors, just control our own mind. It is the same as we subdued all our enemies. It's true? But this is difficult, right? How can we do it? I don't know, you guys. I'm difficult. Maybe you guys no problem. Like I said, they're walking now, we get, why this guy to do that? Not thinking like that. And then we get mad. Okay? Like that. This is very important to always understand the reality. Okay? This is always up down. Last week we said, sometimes you are the sun, your light, clear all of the world. One day you're up down, you're the very dark place, even you don't see your own nose. That's correct, right? Upness. This is nature. Okay? The purpose, practice, or study Buddhism also, like when you have some difficult situation, you don't know what to do. That time think about more how they explain. It's a little help. But say things easy, the do things difficult. Right? Are you guys difficult? Maybe you guys are perfect. Okay? Anyway, whoever, whatever, no one say, okay, all things free, stay at home, whatever you want. No one said that. We have to walk. Right? They will understand. Like that kind of situation that you have to think about worse things. Then you say, okay, I'm not too bad. Then it's good for you, Okay? This is like basic thinking, always. Try to open mind, try to relax person. Okay? It's the same. If you are really Bodhisattva, it's very easy to like that think about. For us, difficult, but if we really understand or really accept our reality, then also not to complicate it. Anyway, how much you can subdue your own mind, try to more relax, try to more happy, okay? Keep our own mind with us. Okay? The things distort your mind, also good to not discussion about that too much. Then make more power. If they didn't bother you, then you can discuss, you can watch TV, it doesn't matter. Right? Some people watch TV, they get mad, then they throw the TV. So you really think this is really stupid, right? You broke your TV, you lost your TV, and you don't have TV anymore. But it's for our angry push it. Right? Then you have to buy new TV, you have to pay. And if you really think about our anger is very bad. Like that, some people just very things they get emotion, somebody see emotion, but like that, during that time also not to do your own. So thing don't get yourself. You don't get about that. Because that makes you more fire, then a little bit oil, then boom. Okay? Then you always, the other person do things, you always see the faults. You never ever see any good qualities. Because you're already looking wrong direction. Right? Like example, I have small example, okay? Maybe this country that's very perfect, very correct. I'm very bad person. Like you guys, like lay people have boyfriend, girlfriends, husband and wife. First time you meet, like Tibetan, I already told before, India, their tradition, they put east to grow, central, west to guy. They never meet. They say, oh, you guys got married. Like India also like that. They don't see each other. They have to go together. It's very difficult. Here, you can look, you can choose, you can talk. You can choose, right? You go to the shopping place. What do you want to buy? You can choose. No, of course, right? If you choose wrong thing, you fall. If you want to buy like shoes, you choose like a number 5. You buy 5.6. You mistake. No shoes mistake. You pick up the wrong things. Like that, here, like that, they can choose, but first time you guys meet, like, very special, like, feeling. Like you can get the big goal. Okay, I got it, what I want. I never, ever suffer. I want to get married. Right? Even one day you don't talk, you're not happy. Maybe one day you didn't see you, you're not happy. Because strong attachment. Then, what is that? You can check. This is just the reality. Just one day. I'm not saying everyone, but most, like here. Then, okay, come. This is not our choice. This is just like, environment. Like whole environment like that. Then okay, you heard one day you get mad, second day mad. Before you guys meet, I'm not saying you guys, okay, everyone meet. And they meet, the couples meet, they don't see any faults because you touch. The attachment is they can see any objects looking for more than that reality, more than that. Because the attachment cover for all the faults, only looking beautiful things, right? Even the fault there, but they don't see. Also, the other person also doesn't show, but only attachment can make beyonds. Then attachment be more, wonder, okay, I'm enough, go away. It's not bad. I don't want to see. I don't want to hear about you. Right? Person is the same, but how we can look, how we can see the change. They not change a person's side. First, all the bad things covered, attachment just. Nice attachment come looking at nice things. Right? Therefore, whenever you see the good quality of good way, you don't see all the bad things. When you see the bad things also, you don't see any good qualities. You also look at completely change your own mind, looking bad way. Whatever he or she taught you best, you don't see any good qualities. You always thinking see faults because it's not 100% that side. Also your own looking, how you look, how you think. Right? It shows our mind has very, very strong power. Good or bad, happy or sad, depends on our own mind. Okay? Like example, Buddha Shachaman's brother, Devadatta, his Buddha Shakyamuni is the same father but different mother. But since he never ever see any good qualities for Buddha, he tried to kill Buddha. He tried to put down Buddha. Like always he has very strong ego. He said, we are the brother. I'm the best one. He always looking, he didn't see any good things because he tried to find bad things. Like that, right? Therefore, a pound is, how is a pound? How many pounds? Not like a point. Point is, if you're looking for good, like, there are like emotion things like newspaper, news, if you're the person to read emotion, don't look just looking some other things, okay? Because it makes you more fire. Then maybe your husband or wife, someone with you, you got discussion, maybe you are moving the same direction. Then you get married, then you fight, right? Because you watch, then you heard that, he or she watch, heard, then you discussion, you know same direction, then you both fight. It's not good. Therefore, if you know emotion, just whatever they just you can watch, it doesn't matter. Okay? Like that things. Try to anything, what kind makes you emotion, try to not involve that tradition or that environment, okay? Understand? Really? Just guess? Okay, like that. Then is that 주소. then the kandiima da kancher 남도 소소고 셈바 안에 지금 가리기 셈바도 두고요나 딘딩이 샤와들 소소돼서 마시와 제거라서 봐.
So we should check and see whatever kind of thing that disturbs our mind. We should not, engage in that.
Okay. 아니 다 나신기 가디나 가리 힘바이나 당이 독산을 세웠다. 가리 만나 지금 소소고 가리 만나 독산은 독사지면 동거 말해서 소소 따당 거잖아.
So if you look into the bad things, you will only see the bads. So just because from the way we look, we only see the bad.
아니야 소소지 야사나 가리나지 야사면 가서 누가 동거 말했대. 나도 따당 거잖아. 뭐 파죠. 단 잔도 인정하는데 제가 파죠 말해서.
And then how we look also, sometimes if we look in a good way, then we only see the good things. So it's not, anything wrong with the thing that we're seeing, but it's our own mind. And so when we look at the things in a good way, it only sees good. Yeah? We don't see the bad. It doesn't mean that there's no bad there, but we only see the good. So, but when we see in a bad way, then we only see the bad. Doesn't mean there's no good. Of course, it's all in our mind. Of course, there's difference, sometimes in the object itself, but mostly it's our mind. Is it like that?
Do
you have any proofs to show that that's how it is? So it's not from the object side, but it's from the our side, right? So if no matter what the object is, if you see the object as good, then it's good. If you see the object as bad, it's bad. Is it like that?
Yeah. Yeah, like some like that, right? Like most, I think like most. Patients, but 나라도 나라 소소 딱 나도라 체지 주주까지 소소 따오면 더 마음을 열어봤어. 소소 따오면 더 마음을 열어봤어.
So there are many different things, right? Many things, that doesn't, get along with our view, right? So there are many different people, with the different views, right? So that these people doesn't intentionally say, oh, I'm going to have a different view, than him or her, like that, right? And then from also, it could be that the different view could be also created by one's way of doing things, right? Because we say something or we do something, and because of that, makes us to fall into a different view. And so we don't have that intention saying that, oh, I'm going to be a different view. I'm going to have a different view than that person. I'm going to disagree with that person. We don't have that intention, but from the way we do the things, we see things, it makes us, become different, from others. So like when we're angry, at that very time, at that very moment, it's very difficult to overcome the anger, right? And so what you have to do is, you try to, think of something different, right? If you think of like loving kindness, compassion, and then the anger will go away. So when you are angry, it is not possible to overcome the anger by thinking, I'm not going to become angry, I'm not going to become angry. You have to do something else, right? You bring your thought to something else, or do something else, and it's kind of, take your mind away from that, right? And that way, then it will think about something else, not about the anger.
Okay? Like example, anyway, the Shantideva text, and
so, like the 6th chapter of the Guide to the Buddhist Way of Life explains all about patience, right? How to overcome the anger and so forth. So it would be helpful, to read those books.
Okay? And the Kabaya, Sam the Kawando, Sam the Karazon, Sam
and so at that time, it's good to watch yourself, you watch your own mind. Of course, it's difficult unless you are trained. It is difficult for the mind to watch the mind itself. But if you can do that, then you will see that what the mind is doing, and then you can stop it right away.
Okay.
And so when you are angry, you should use different methods, different means to overcome it. Not just by sitting there in that environment or in that thought, but rather by trying to move to something else, or to some different kind of activity, or to some different kind of thoughts. So for now, maybe 2-3 minutes, we can try to look at our own mind. Right? So there's a mind called introspection. So the mind that watches over the mind itself, right? So it's called the spying mind or police mind, So looking over the mind. So try to see what your mind is thinking.
This is FBI mind, okay? Make sure your mind is not stable, you will catch. Okay? And the Shimbasang Tamagoch and so you can think, yourself. First you think yourself, just sit comfortable, wherever you're comfortable. Then first you start to body. Start your head. Just relax. Go through your neck, chest, thigh, leg. First just think about your body from knee to top in the head. Couple times go up and down. Just slowly. Few more times. Just up and down. Be relaxed. Not listen other people talking outside. Just up and down. Be relaxed. then like slowly, slowly try to look in your mind. Where is your mind? What your mind thinking? Only focus that. Like feel our thinking, our mind, our inside our heart. The police mind just looking. During that time also not try to stop. You thinking, oh my mind thinking like that, my mind going like that. Like we open the door, the small mouse coming into your room. We just looking over the mouse going, what he eating. We just looking. We not try to stop. We go away like that. Try to your mind. Where your mind going? What mind thinking? Could you find like two different minds? Someone like police mind, you can watch the mind. Another man mind is the object of the mind, looking for different minds. And doing at the moment, also not lost, not forgot what your mind thinking, where your mind going. If you forgot, try to bring back. It's very important, the police mind have to look the other mind. If we looking very carefully, very serious, then we able to stop the other mind, the main mind. Without looking the police mind, the other mind cannot stop. Luck was now we can hear the sound. Your mind thinking, oh, now my mind heard the sound. If you keep the moment, mind like that is good. Try to look how much you can stop. Again and again. I'm sure you lose the object. Okay, that's good, that's enough. How's it? You find? Like the example, when you open the door, the animal, someone coming, we just looking, okay. going there, walking like that, just only looking at actions. This makes you keep your mind on one subject. When you're walking meditation, when you walk like say, okay, now I'm going to use my right feet, left feet, like that, you count like this. It makes your mind keep the same direction. If you just stay here, okay, now I'm moving my right hand, left hand, right, just only this, try to move your mind to keep the same one subject. Okay? There's so many different methods, so many different ways. But like, in order to keep a common body, we need a very stable mind. When we have a stable mind, then we can do anything. No one can destroy when you focus anything, any subject. But right now our mind is very easy to destroy, right? Because one thing we have no common body. Okay? 간제 tenejinda tabshin ramara jinne susugo sembada susu daboja actually cheworwa.
So anyway, in this way, by using many different means or methods, you can try to control your mind in this way.
단단한 조직 다송 와서 내가 이제 로만으로 쓰는 거지. 시당나도 셈되지. 내가 땅에 시시지. 대 셈바되게 따다 여든 정도면 템바세도 지금 대 쓰는 거지. 내가 간도 대가 시도 걸까 오라왔어.
So there are three different kinds of minds involved at that time. When I said your mind is watching, so the mind, and that's mind, that's watching, and there's this mind that's watching over the mind that's watching. Right? So it's called the introspection. And then there's another mind which is trying to remember what it was watching. Right? So that's called the mindfulness. So there's three different kind of mind involved, but it's very difficult for us to see that.
아니 템바되게 여기 제와에는 아는 것도 가르치는 제도 말이야. 인지미 템바되게 이때 무슨 거로 와서.
So the mindfulness is to remember the object, right? So if the mindfulness is not good, then we'll not be able to remember the object.
그래봐. 나 단대로 하는 가서 그게 저를 갖고 내가 제가 미신의 고대근도 왔어. 아니 샘거 따지. 아니 샘기 당연히 얘기도 동거로 왔어. 다시 템바되게 아니 자대 따다 땐도 뭐도 아니 템바되게 선거를 봐.
So for example, like you're hearing the sound outside there, right? So there's mind that's hearing the sound, and then the mind, watching over the mind which is hearing the sound. And then there's a mind which says, oh, that's the sound, trying to remember that's the sound of this machine, such and such machine like that. So remember that, So there are three kind of minds like that.
Right? Pena muji lega chewaina melega chinge de chikchi. 아니 내가 여보 제가 누구도 직다고요, 그래요? 다들 찍마시 오면 나봐. 그래서 페이퍼 샤메서 선바데 내가 칭이 되지. 땅에 대 전바데 아무 시시 되지. 다 전바 가셔.
가셔야입니다. 내가 칭이 권하셔.
다시 내가 거리지 권하셔야면서 권한 걸 내가 따다 제거 되지. 다시 권한 누면 다시 샤 걸까 온도 와서.
So it's like also, when somebody's doing the work, then the person has to remember, what he's doing, right? So the person who's doing the work is like the mind, and then the remember, the person remember what he has to do, is the mindfulness, and the person, so knowing that he has to do this, knowing that he has to do this and so forth, so keeping watch over himself, it's like the introspection.
Okay, like that. We try to control our mind, very important. Okay? We say, okay, I want to help for others. Everyone say, I want to help others. Yes, it is very correct. In order to help for others, we need to our own very strong. Right? Like someone said, I like to teach for them to how you swim. In order to that, you have to know how you swim. Like that, right? Therefore, fourth, we need to be very strong. Therefore, we say, Bodhicitta, I want to benefit for all sentient beings. In order to that, I want to achieve enlightenment first. First I go there, then I can teach that. Like you become like a teacher or a professor. In order to become professor, like teacher, that you have to reach the level, right? It's exactly like the similar the bodhicitta. Okay, like you have to got the job or the professor. You need to, or first you need to the quality. You need to the diploma. Okay, like that. Okay, this is like basic. Sometimes upside down. During that time, a little bit open mind, try to relax person, calm down person. Okay, not monkey people. Okay, monkey you stop here, go that way, go stop that way. Okay, then someone punishment. Then you have to run away. Okay? Like that. Okay, now we're going to start here. Okay? That is Geshe Ngawang Tenley, but too much. Now to bring them to look at it.
So we're on the outline 260, right? Whatever page numbers there are. 260. Outline 260.
No, not that book.
For the blue book,
No, not that one.
page 438. Blue book.
Yeah.
The red books you have?
Yeah, some people have books, some people no. It's okay.
260 outline number.
Yeah, this is correct. That's a correct book. It's okay, okay? You can listen, you can understand what's going on. Not necessarily look in the book.
Okay. What page number is that?
In the red one,
484.
484, the red book.
So it's talking about the band of moving from high to low over and over again. All right, so the outlines 260 and 261 we're going to read together, okay? From the transition of the Vinaya, all collections end up running out, the high end up falling, meeting ends in separation, living ends in death. This speaks of these four ends of conditioned phenomena. Collections of the wealth and property end up running out, our fall ends our high position, and the end of coming together is being separated. And that is the end of the rebirth. No matter what you occur of samsara's influence, not one bit of it will be exempt, will not end. As Geshe Tsulga said, in samsara one must hold a great many things, but do not pin our hope on them. They will decline. Further, we make a great effort to amass wealth, but we may well not see them through to completion. Enemies could steal them or we may die. We lamas and disciples gathered here today are sure to be separated after a few years' time. As Gyaltsang Gyatso, the seventh Dalai Lama, said, in but a short while the high becomes untrodden slaves. And from Nagarjuna's letter, you may be endear to whom the worlds make offerings, but still through karma's power you will fall to the ground. You may be an universal emperor, but in the cycle of samsara you will become a slave. In other words, this is what happens to the high Brahma, Indra, and the like. As for the lowly, only world goals and good fortune are without essence. Kurukulla Rinpoche said, as you climb further and further up, the dead tree called the name and fame, it will bend and break. Alas, best to stay halfway up. In other words, not only are past and future lives untrustworthy, but so also is to this one. There is kings who have not, and so forth. Once Sangye Gyatso, a region of Tibet, instituted many reforms in the central government. He was a rich and powerful man, and one of the greatest scholars as well. But in the end, he incurred the disputes of Lagan Khan and was beheaded. His severed head was left for middle of the Tizam Bridge in Tolong, and no one dare claimed it. His wife and sons had to wander the ends of the earth. Azan Khan himself was later killed when the Dongrian armies invaded, the band of having no companion. In the beginning, when we were born from our mother's womb, we were born alone. In midlife, when you were sick, for example, only you can experience it. In the end, when you die, you go through death utterly alone, like a hair drawn out of a butter pan. There is no one to help you. Engaging in the deeds of Bodhisattva says, when born, you are born alone. When you die, you are just as alone. What can your millstone friends be if they won't take on another's share of sufferings? Great Tsongkhapa said, the splendors of this existence are untrustworthy. Bless me to know their drawbacks. In other words, no matter what you obtain of the splendors of the happiness of samsara, these are untrustworthy. Not one samsaric friend is reliable in the long run. Think on how you experience the suffering of samsara, and how, if you consider how endless it is, that must make you worry of it. So regardless of whether samsara in general has an end, and you must employ your samsara. If you want to set some limit on your suffering and bring your own samsara to an end, you must, as I have already said, manage to break the continuity of your samsaric rebirths.
Okay, how's it? You want to understand? It was clear, right? It's very clear, very, very clear, right? Is it the nature? They talk only bad things, right? They don't talk good things. What do you think? Why they talk about all the time they explain only bad things?
So you can develop renunciation and understand you want to free yourself from samsara and help others then.
Yeah. Like example, are you going to go to every year to go hospital if you're not sick? You check, right? But this is very similar to that. So
we always go for the checkups, right? The physicals, So even though we are not sick, we still go for that. What does that help us? So that's to understand, like you said, to prevent, right? To prevent the disease that has not come, and if that has already come, then to cure that, and to also know, good things about the health, like how, what kind of food to eat and not to eat, and so forth, right? Because hospital is not something that people like to go to, right? It's the worst place to go to. So nobody goes there for fun, right? To watch the spectacles. They just go there because they are forced to. Even though it's such a bad place, but we always go there without having anybody call us, right?
But sometimes the insurance call, right?
But by going there, you come to understand, what are the things that you're supposed to do that will keep you healthy and so forth. So to understand that, right? And you go there. So as a result of doing that, then you are able to prevent, those diseases that might happen, right? And, stay healthy for a long time. So therefore, many Westerns have long life, right? So many old people that all the nursing homes are full now, and then there are people waiting in the list. So the reason why they are able to stay for such a long time is because of following the healthy way of life, and making sure that there's no diseases beforehand, and what should one do to not get those kind of diseases and so forth. So because of doing all these things, they're able to live for a long time.
작바창도 가래까마 주시고 따르여 와서.
So we also check the diets, right? So what kind of diet's good, what kind of diet makes you fat, what makes you slim, and all this you can search in the Google nowadays, right?
근데 텔레 체에서 무슨 마음고 딱 지금 마음고 가도 리서치 마음고를 전에 콘서 텔레고 몇 다시 미치 30 걸고 말아왔어.
And so it's, and then the informations that were stored in that website is also by someone who have done a lot of research on those facts, right? And then they put the information in there.
배치에 남편은 가서 멤버 배치에 기능도 왔어 밑에서 멤버 어처럼 하나 대사만 대처럼 잡아서 하는 가서 따지면 맞아 doctor said don't take that then 가서 didn't stop checking was.
So we also tend to trust in the doctors 100%, right? So whatever the doctor says, we listen to them. If the doctor says, oh, don't eat that, otherwise you get sick and so forth, then we stop that completely, even though we like that food very much.
가르나 군주 쟁이 밑에다 제약을 랍자자도 너무 리서치에 따지 너무 연결돼서 그 강성서 완전 먼저 되게 적으러 왔어.
And that's because we believe in his information or her information as a doctor, because that's the knowledge they have gained through studying, and which knowledge, the knowledge which was researched by so many scholars, and then found out that that's the way, and then that's what they're passing down, and therefore we trust in them. So you already know why we're talking about that, right? So I know you already know about these things. You might be thinking, why is he talking about this? We already know this, but I'm trying to just give compare the example, of and compare that with this example. Compare the teachings that we just read about. So it becomes easier to understand the meaning when you apply that with the examples. Right? And so if we don't compare with our way of life and don't apply these kind of examples, then we might think this teaching is teaching and then the way of life is different. We sort of tend to see them separate. So in order to prevent those diseases or unhealthy life, we have to learn about these things, right? So to learn about the things that might not sound very pleasant, and have to go to the places like going to see the doctor, to the hospital, and so forth. We have to do those things, even though they're not pleasant to do, right? So why is he talking about here all these bad things about samsara? Is because these things can happen to us, right? It happens to us. And so, just like it says here, right, the oil collection end up in running out, right? And it says fall ends in our high positions. No matter how high positions we are in, one day we're going to fall down. So whether this is true or not, we can check it, from our own way of life, right?
Right? This is not true. It's who the higher person, they all the time high. Not like that, right? Who the low, we say, sometimes we say, who the low, we all the time low. High, not like that. Up, down, up, down, up, down. This is nature. The low, not so much. Korma, some madana, Susan, Tataja, Tichubo, some Pacho, some madana, no Kora, Karako,
So if we don't think about it, it doesn't, come up in our mind. When we see rich people, we think, oh, they are rich all the time. They can become poor. And when we think about ourselves, being poor, And we say, oh, I'm poor all the time. No, it's not like that. You can become rich also, you know. So that's true, but it's not that's something that we always think in our mind. So you know the things that we keep up, you know, keep on accumulating. Can they run out someday?
Bankruptcy.
So we also accumulate all this wealth and then put in the bank, so that if the bank goes bankrupt, then all our wealth is gone also, right?
I hope not bankrupt. 남진 타또와 단 가슴 통보이나 톱다고다가 그니마지 고마사도 그래서 가지.
And then also no matter how high position you are in, one day you're going to fall down.
그래봐. 아니 세제만 니마지 그거 개고치는 내가 제도 말아왔어. 가지 오마차도 매개장도 그래서 봐.
So even if there's somebody don't take that over that position, one day you're going to become old, then you will not be able to work anymore on that position, right?
배차에나 단단하서 승리도에나 단 잠블레가 아메리카 선생 관계가 도나 제사 동샤도 밑자대로 다 나와 가지기 그 선생 서와 자들이 되게 선생하고 미리 그 나와 자들어 와서.
So like the Obama, who is the current president, right? So and he is the president of the United States, the one of the most powerful person in the world, considered and seen as that way by everybody, right? But in few months' time, he's going to be ex-president, right? A former president, and he will have no longer be in that position of the president.
Still, he's high that. No similar. Look. So
it becomes like that, right? So it goes up and down. Don't stay in one position all the time. So is that how things are in our life, right? This is something that Buddha taught over 2,500 years ago.
And
it says also the end of coming together is being separated. So at some point we come together, and at the end, we're going to be separated from each other.
Correct?
Husband and wife, children and parents, they all come together, but at some time they will be separated, right? So maybe the parents might die before, or the children might die, and then they will be separated in that way. So it's just the way how things are in our life, right? It's not just talking about dharma, or religion.
Right? And there's so many times that's so that's how much bad.
And then it says that death is the end of the rebirth, right? And end of birth. So you are born, and then at the end you die. So that's going to happen. You are born, and then you die. You are born. That's going to happen all the time until you free yourself from cyclic existence.
Right?
So this is how the things are in this world, right? How things happen. How things happen in the world. It's exactly according to that.
Okay? How do you think? This is not something. So
it's not talking about something that doesn't happen in the real life of the world, right? It's talking about what things happen in the world.
Okay?
So there are so many things like that pointed out, right? So what we're talking about here is samsara, right? Cyclic existence. And so as long as we're in cyclic existence, nothing will be good, nothing will be stable or trustworthy, it will also always go up and down.
그렇다. 지고도 뭐지 배다 야고상도 와. 배나 희도로 나와이나. 강강하니 희도 감 참참로는 때문에 아니 양고치나 아니 차네 마살사로 그래서.
And so just like the Khonsur Rinpoche's example, says as you climb further and further up that dead tree called name and fame, it will bend and break last. So it's like the branch, it becomes smaller and smaller as the trunk is bigger, and then as you go higher and higher, it becomes small. So if you further you go up, then more likely for you to break and come and fall down.
Okay, that like that. 단도로 가는 직대는 노동한다. 단도로 용어도 딱 가는 단도로 뭐야 가르쳐서나 아니 다 미야고서 개와쳐 그래서.
And so these are exactly the same as how things happen in our life in the world. And so what do we have to do to prevent this? Right? What should we do? So it's try to practice Dharma to free ourselves from cyclic existence.
다들 지나가 가르쳐와치고를 안 해치고를 그러나 아니 공부되고를
So in order to practice Dharma, what do you have to do? Do you have to become monk? Do you have to become nun? And give up the lay life and go to a monastery or nunnery to live there? You don't have to do that.
One day it'll become a monk. 근데 말이더라. 간지 수수 이래게 주된 유지답시가 수수가 자와지고 있다. 때 수수 강답도 야보지하고 그래서.
So you don't have to do that to practice Dharma. So you just have to watch over your activities throughout the day and night, and then try to make sure that whatever you do throughout your 24-hour time of the day, try to make that a positive and try to do good things. And so try to not engage in the non-virtuous actions, especially the 10 non-virtuous actions. So there's something that we should all know, what are the 10 non-virtuous actions, and that's something that we should try to prevent. And then there's like the 10 non-virtuous actions, right? Talking about the 3 of the body, 4 of the speech, and 3 of the mind. So the 3 of the body and 3 or 4 of the speech, comes from the 3 of the minds. So the 3 of the mind are the covetousness, ill will, and harmful intention, and the wrong view. So because of that, then there comes these non-virtuous actions, that we create through our body and speech. And so you might think that, this is all that we have to do then, just abandon the 10 non-virtuous action. There's nothing harder than that.
Just that?
So that alone itself is very hard. And so, like talking about the negative karmas created by our speech, like telling lies, doing saying the slandering words or divisive speech, and the harsh words, and then the idle gossipings. So that we always do, right? And in our life, we do that a lot of the times. So just by saying some harsh words, like even though you don't say it verbally, but maybe if you write it, in the text messagings, if you write that down and then that's it, and then you say to somebody and send it to somebody, and somebody feels bad by receiving that text, then you have created already negative karma of the speech, and as a result, then you will have sufferings in the future.
Correct.
So sometimes we might think that that abandoning 10 non-virtuous action is a very small practice, but if you really have to put into practice, then it becomes harder.
Right? 어디다 샴바곰 니제곰 아니 또만이 곰다 데려야 그랬더니 다 가서 너무 찾아가면 와서 그래서.
And in addition to that, in addition to abandoning the 10 virtuous actions, if you cultivate like positive minds, like loving kindness, compassion, bodhicitta, and so forth, then and that way we can purify all the negativities that we have created.
Right? 나도 소소 가사이 야사베다 소소 뿌 루추지가 나도 코로시가 사고면도 코로 뿌이 가지는 나도 제가 샘 넣으면도 와서 가다 때가 제가 휴지 못해 되그래서.
So loving kindness, can help, to prevent the frustrations or angers and so forth. Like for example, when you have a child, right? That's no matter what bad the child does, even if it breaks things or does bad things, you don't get angry that much. So that's because of your affection and affectionate love, towards the child.
Right? 어디지 다대 다시 담보되지. 다 두바디 거는 다 먼저 변화 먹여도 사야도 마보시 수수고치 가서라 가자니 때라때네 양치 아니 득바사야 수수 코로스라 코로 사르네 득바사야 대니데 용 거서 와 저어디.
And in the ban of having no companion, so talking, we create non-virtuous action in relation to the people that we feel very close to, and then people that we feel far away from. So like people we don't like, we hate, we create negative karma because of hating them. And then people who we love and we attach to, we create negative karma because of our love towards them.
Right? It's correct. If someone say, just better example, maybe I'm not. Yes.
We create negative karma from our love or from our attachment.
We create negative karma because of our love, and attachment towards somebody.
But not from loving kindness towards somebody.
No, not that.
Because you love your child, you can create negative karma in relation to that. You might, kill something to feed him or feed her and so forth. So that kind of things.
Okay, like example. Okay, I don't know, that maybe. But the so chogal jeme yele machine ba jigi chitana. 총액 제고 chogal jeme chogal taga도 jeme tana kono sagi was. So chakbati gon gara was.
So if someone, if somebody is looking, at your wife or husband, then you feel bad, right? You feel angry towards that person. That's because of your attachment towards your wife or husband.
I'm not saying husband was bad, okay? Don't think about that. Think,
So I'm not saying that it's bad to have husband or wife, but because of the attachment to them, we can create negative karma like that. That's from the loved one, right? So you create a negative karma because of the loved ones. And then because of that, then that person you get angry towards becomes your enemy. And so you're saying that when you are born, you are born yourself. When you die yourself, by yourself alone. And so don't end up creating negative karma on behalf of others. And so don't create so much negative karma on behalf of these people, right? So your friends, your families, your enemies, your properties, your possession, your fame, and your status, and all these things. You create so much negative karma for the sake of these things. But none of these things can be with you all the time. When you die by yourself, alone. None of these things can come with you. So it's not saying again, you should not take care of them. You should take care of them.
Okay.
So try, to not go to any of the extremes. Don't go to any extremes. So, so like when we die, can we take anything with us when we die? And like in the culture, there's when people die, they bury the dead body, with the gold, silver, and things like that. They can take to their next life. In some Chinese tradition, they burn house and cars and motorcycles, so that person will have that. Huh? It's a fake one, yeah, of course. A fake house. You build a house. You build a house, right? You build a house and you build a car with a plastic, a paper house and things like that. And then you burn it, and then they say they will have the house.
당원이 지났다가도 벤조신데 당원이 제도물만 오늘 다 오늘 제고를 왔어. 난다 너무 제가 돼. 오늘 지났다 오늘 제고 그래서 제고 연일 왔다. 다 대인 소야가 제도 너무 소요로 왔어.
So maybe if they can afford, they should burn the real house, right?
Oh, really? It's horrible.
So otherwise, if you burn the paper house, they will only get a paper house over there. No.
Anyway,
it's a tradition, right? Culture.
right? 다음에도 기와시만큼은 받는 너 또 이식을 그대로 집어이나. 아니 로딩이 사월 배셔기로 왔어. 옛날 로딩도 셈이 말아 왔어. 셈과는 하서야 로드로 왔어.
So anyway, and like in the West here, we when do the burial, that time you bury the body in the coffin inside the ground. It's just the body, right? The mind is not there. The mind has already left the body, right? That's when the death happens. When the mind leaves the body, then the death happens. If the mind is still there, then it's not dead.
And they kind of catch us. Maybe when a Bob here, Bob is how you shall. Bob Corner, he last I understood a kilogram was.
So if Bob dies and then if his body is buried under the ground, there's only his body, right? His mind is already left. Right? Wherever he's going to be born in the next life, he's gone there already.
So
in the Christian tradition, they will say that the mind has gone, to the God, to the heaven, right, or to the hell, depending on what the person did, right. So they would accept that. And so we all, the Christian and the tradition also believes that that there's no mind, with the body down there, right. So most of the precious thing in our life is our body, right? And beside our life, what is the most important, most precious thing is our body. And then even that body cannot be taken with us, and according to all the traditions, right?
Right? Even that the mind go to the heaven or hell, or a bad person go to hell. Body is so that you can maybe 5 years you can check out.
Skeleton. The bones are left there.
Well, there is a kanji, then there goes na, then the channel Subola Chana Yang, General Dipomosa, that's of she was loud was.
And so even that, like even creating negative karma for the sake of our body is not really worthy, because that has to be left behind also. So it isn't saying that you should not take care of your body, but it says that you should not go beyond, to create negative karma for the sake of this body.
Okay?
So is it really true or not like that? We have to check, and if it's, then we should try to not do that. It's just like once you are told that this food helps and this food harms, you know that, and then if you still take the food that harms you, then that's your problem, right? And so it's saying that one should not be so attached to one's body and to one's loved ones. If we do, then through that we'll create so many negative karmas.
How do we create? oh, you have a very bad body. You get mad, right? Right? It's a bad body, you bad looking. Maybe some other, you're very big. They build your body big, right? Then you get mad. But then over. Then they don't need to say it was.
The chub.
Chapel, so super Chabashu and then the Tenny, super Chabashu, my chest.
So that's because we are attached to our body, right? When somebody says something bad about our body, we get angry. Then that's because we are attached. So if we are not so attached to our body, then it doesn't matter whatever they say. You don't get angry, you don't create negative karma.
Then some say, wow, you have a very beautiful body, it looks perfect. Then we have I'm not judging it was.
Pride.
Very pride. Like that, it's true. Maybe I think we are already all adults, maybe we have not much feeling like that. The young kids, okay? Okay, now any questions? No, we don't need to go just one by word. I just try to change. The chance of loss, I want to match it, then I'll go to what. Thank you, don't watch in young and the journey, better than much she is.
So I'm just saying going through the gist of it, not just the main points, but you have already read the whole thing, right? So any questions?
Yes.
We mentioned chapter 60.
Okay.
And this Jim from Lamrim Monastery or another?
Yeah, the same person.
So which one?
G. I don't know which one. There were we are
From where you're saying? Your question from where he is?
Yeah, from Lamrim Monastery.
Yeah, there was Lamrim one, yeah.
Lamrim Monastery. So there's another one you know of? Or?
Oh, no, I don't know. I was wondering.
Geshe, there's only one that
yeah,
we
only
talk about.
one.
Yeah.
No, yeah, this is the Tibetan one, yeah.
That's Tibetan, yeah.
It's most popular. Also, he composed a very short verses, lot of kind of
yeah, so applying to the practice, he have composed many texts in very short verses, applying to your practice. So it's very helpful, yeah, advices. So there's only one content which we refer to usually, and that's only one.
Okay. It's no question. Let me stop here. Oh, yes, yeah. Your question?
Oh, I had a question about earlier when you talked about the campaign. Like when the candidates were on the campaign trail, Trump made a lot of what I would consider to be harsh speech and slanderous speech and stuff like that. So if you're working to be have a controlled mind or be on the path, what's the best method to be non-partial, but then also not, you don't want to condone his actions, but at the same time, he won, so it's like it kind of gives license to that type of behavior in a way. So how do you not
deal with it?
How do you distinguish right from wrong if you're trying to be impartial? You know what I mean? Or if you're not trying to, if you're trying to not get upset, I guess.
Koi lai di da koi dukje shu la gora ina da koi thobara and this da khala da kono masa khane tabchi chawur se wala
ta khona ke duwa lai
laba na che laba da da chara ma ko thobara ko di laba na thobara chara da
ko laba te ta ni je duwa la da ngam sam ta ni je khona ki kone khona rang nga ja wang ya mambal la ku du ni ngam ni je chena ngam tel ko sa ma res ta ko thoya be khona ke le sa sha ro 나도 미망이 레서 고라게는 대토야 레서 나도 대 까대 메러스.
So when he said those things, those bad things like harsh words, slandering words, then of course it's not good. Of course it's not good, and as an ordinary person, we'll get angry when we hear those kind of words, but as a Dharma practitioner, if we can think that, oh, this is, he's ignorant, he's saying it out of ignorance and out of jealousy or pride, he's jealous with his, the running mate or against, and or he's, proud of his position, his, wealth and so forth, and because of that, all these are delusion, right? So because out of delusion, he's saying that those things, and then you just, feel bad for him, and says, oh, pity, oh, poor guy, he doesn't know, he's saying like that. If you feel like that, as a Dharma practitioner, if you think like that, then you will not get angry towards him. And then, like winning part, so it's, of course, there's like all the people who voted, and there's, it's more people, more, he won from the more states, so he got, elected. And that's maybe also his karma. There's nothing we can do about it, So he had the karma to be a president, and all these conditions, served him to become a president also. So if you think like that and then accept it, and there's nothing to be angry about it. And so his winning, is not because of using those harsh words, right? So we can all accept that. Okay, so if he won because of saying that, then that would be very, very, wrong thing, right? So then, if it's something good, if something good that that comes, from saying bad, then that's not bad, right? So then that would be good. Right? So it couldn't be, if it is a good thing that came out of that thing, then if it's a good thing that he got, cannot be coming out from the bad things that he did. So you think he won because of saying those bad words? No.
It's hard to say. It might be my perspective, but it seems like it kind of fueled some subconscious kind of collective racism, or whatever is going on there. I don't know.
Yeah, but
it's not. Can I prove it? Not necessarily, but that's my perspective, and I think it's a lot of people who were shocked that he could get away with saying things like that and not be and not have like the whole country turn against him. But it's very divided, it's interesting now because it's almost like totally like the country is very polarized. Anyway, so.
So it could be any reason, like you said, because of saying those things, they might have few the people, some other people, and then they came out and voted for him because of that. It could be like that. But anyway, in our case, it's best to accept it. It's just like they say, you have to accept the outcome. Just accept that he's the president now. So if we don't accept it, there's nothing we can do to change it, and it will only create more problem for ourselves.
Okay, like that. Just try to our best. And also maybe some people like, they're very harsh, bad things. Some people like very quiet things. People are different, we don't know exactly. But some could do a lot of things to drink with the second.
So Geshe says he doesn't think Donald Trump won because of saying those bad words, But there are people, there are different people, who like to hear harsh words, and the people who don't like to hear harsh words, And especially, of course, if it's harsh word towards others, then you like to hear, And if it's towards yourself, nobody wants to hear that.
Right? Like that. This is, some parts we are also hard to say, hard to decide. Better to not talk too much than so many reasons, start to this reason, that reason, they make more fire for us. It's okay. Like Shanita said, if it is fixable, nothing to worry. If it's not fixed, nothing to worry like that. Just, okay? Okay, thank you. Tojiche. Said Tojiche. If you learn one word Tibetan one day, 100 days you learn 100 words, but I teach you only one word every time. Okay? So, Tochena. Tochena means thank you. Tochena. Tochena. Yeah, when you meet Tibetans, is someone help, you can say Tochena. If you don't help, if you just meet, say Tochena, is your mistake, okay? Not to say Tochena, they say, what you? If you meet someone, you say thank you, this doesn't work, right? Then you have to know when you use that word. If someone says, you ask someone, where can I get Kurukulla Center? How can I get the address? Someone says, okay, go straight. You say, Tochena, it's correct. Otherwise, you just meet some Tibetans, Tochena. I say, see, there's some problem. You know, there's sometimes that Westerns, this is not only Western, people learn the different languages, they have a lot of problems, right?
So there's a honorific terms that we use for others, not for yourself. So usually you use for the, and then there's a honorific term for everything, like, so that's a honorific term for the dog, and then for the bite, and for the feet. So your dog bit my feet, so if you use the honorific term for my feet, then that's wrong. So anyway, so that's a Tibetan. Doesn't sound funny, but in Tibetan it sounds very funny, because you're using the honorific term for yourself. That's funny and that's not right. You use only for others. So if you say your honorary dog bit my honorary feet, it's like saying that, so it's very funny.
Very complicated. Tibetan Bhasa dialect, it sounds very complicated. Even they're fighting, you don't know if they're fighting. Yeah, they're very respect each other. Not respect them. They use them nice.
Respectful words.
Yeah. Even they're fighting each other, shouting.
I'm going to break your honorary nose. Honorable nose.
People without religion, you don't know if they're fighting. Kambas, even they're just talking, people think they're fighting. Depending how you use other under.
Under like much more straightforward, like than Lama Dalai.
Yeah, humble Kambas. Even they're just talking. Kamba, even they're fighting, you don't know how they're fighting. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Good.
Please turn to page 9.
Sa ji perti juk sing me tok tram ri rab ling ji ni de gien pa di sang ye jing du nik te ulwa gi dro kun nam dag jing la cher pa shog je tsung la me ku tse rab ten jing nam ka trin le cho cher ye pa dan lo sang ten pe dren me sa sung gi dro he mun sil tak tu ne gyur chi Idam Guru Ratna Mandalakam Niryatayami. Tsongkhapa's final Lamrim prayer. From my 2 collections, vast is space that I have amassed from working with effort at this practice for a great length of time. May I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose mind's wisdom eye is blinded by ignorance. Even if I do not reach this state, may I be held in your loving compassion for all my lives, Manjushri. May I find the best of complete graded paths of the teachings, and may I please all the Buddhas by practicing. Using skillful means drawn by the strong force of compassion, may I clear the darkness from the minds of all beings with the points of the path as I have discerned them. May I uphold the Buddha's teachings for a very long time. With my heart going out with great compassion in whatever direction the most precious teachings have not yet spread, or once spread have declined, may I reveal this treasure of happiness and aid. May the minds of those who wish for liberation be granted bounteous peace, and the Buddha's deeds be nourished for a long time. by even this graded course to enlightenment completed due to the wondrous, virtuous conduct of the Buddhas and their children. May all human and non-human beings who eliminate adversity and make things conducive for practicing the excellent paths never be parted in any of their lives from the purest path praised by the Buddhas. Whenever someone makes an effort to act in accordance with the tenfold Mahayana virtuous practices, may they always be assisted by the mighty ones, and may oceans of prosperity spread everywhere. A short, long life prayer for His Holiness the Dalai Lama. In that snow mountain encircled land, source of every benefit and joy, may Lord Tenzin Gyatso Chen Rezig remain in life till samsara's end. The prayer that spontaneously fulfills all wishes. Tong Yi Ying Zhe Zung Du Ju Pe Lam Che Che Sel Ze Gang Jem Ten Druken Jang La Pe Mo Tenzin Gyatso La Surwa Dev Song Je De Lun Drup Shu. Page 49, the short long life prayer for Lama Zopa Rinpoche. Top Tso Chang Xin Jam Gun Gil Wei Tenzin Kyong Pel Wei Kun Zo Do Po Ze Chol Sun Ko Wei Lei Man Tu Dru Pa Dak Som Du Je Gun Du Jab Ten Shu. Page 57, prayer dedication. Through this virtue may I swiftly, having gained Guru Buddha state, place each and every sentient being without exception in that state. Precious Supreme Bodhi mind, may it where unborn arise, and where born never decline, but increase forevermore. Page 75, Ming Se Ma. Nik mei tse wei ten shen shen rezik dream again pe wang po jam pel yang gang jen ke pe tsu gen Tsongkhapa lo san drag pe jab la sol wa de. Tochila.
Thank you very much, Geshe. Thank you, Damcho. We have, just following this class, we've got the recitation of the Golden Light Sutra. We're starting probably like 15 minutes after, like 12:30, just get people settled, have a bite to eat. And then we'll recite the whole sutra, we'll have breaks, and if you can just stay for a little while, that's also fine. Please join us for that. Then we have upcoming Labab Duchen on this coming Sunday. We'll have 5 a.m. What's the time? I'll figure out with Geshe the best time. It'll still be dark, so 5 a.m. I think should be. It's fine. Whatever. I'll figure it out. You'll see it in the calendar. Then also we have the Medford Give Thanks event on that exact same night, starting at 5 o'clock till roughly 6:30. We will need around about 30 volunteers, please. We need to be able to welcome people in the back gate, because we need to let people know they can park out there, welcoming them into the center, getting them settled, taking all the offerings on the next day or that night, taking some of the offerings for all the food pantries. We'll have to have people assigned to take it to the different food pantries that we will let you know who that would be. So there's just a ton of things to help with. There's going to be a Sign Up Genius in a newsletter that's going this week that we'll write, that's going out tomorrow, and then in the week, during the week, we'll also do another call. But please, we need a lot of help with that. Then we have the recitation of the 21 Taras, the 100,000 recitation of the 21 Taras coming up December 10 or 11 and 12, or 10 and 11. In any case, the Saturday and Sunday. And we'll just have recitations. We'll be jointly with the Tibetan community. We won't have class that Sunday, so it's just a real long marathon from 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. every day. Again, come for as little or as long as you wish. Every recitation counts. Also, starting now, you can also start accumulating recitations. They'll be, just email me, spc@kurukulla.org, with any number of 21 Taras you've recited, and we can start adding that to our tally. I'm at a cheat sheet. And then there's possibly, Pat's thinking about having another Reiki class in December. So if you're interested, just stop me after class so that I can just sort of gauge how many people could be interested. And that is it. Thanks again, Geshe. Thank you, Namcho.